Hi everyone, and welcome back to another Speed Build Building with Dustin video. This is episode 3, which is also lot 3 of the save file, the Dustin Time World Save file. The lot we are doing today is called the Bargain Bend lot. This house is actually quite a bargain. It comes in at 114,747 simoleons, which may sound like a lot, but considering it's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath house with an above ground pool and a lot of gardening, that's really not that bad, and it's actually on a 30 by 20 lot, so there's still a little bit of room with the house and everything to do things such as gardening and having like a slip slide and things like that, all those fun things you do at home. So just a little update for everybody. I have started construction on my house. The first project is going to be my new office, so that will be coming to the channel soon. I haven't really quite thought of a title for it yet. I'm thinking it's going to be Speed Building with Dustin, but in real life. So that'll be really fun. So that's something to look forward to. There is going to be some more houses for the save file. I have 2 more in this neighborhood after this one. I'm going to record those soon. They will be up. And then after I am done recording those, I'm going to record a video just touring each house in the neighborhood, kind of giving everybody a little look-see inside at more still photos, not, you know, like a guided tour kind of thing, that way so everybody can kind of get a look at the neighborhood. Haven't really thought of a title for that one yet. I will be starting streaming soon over on Twitch. My Twitch name is Dustin_A Summers. It will be down in the description. I'm not sure exactly when I'm going to start that. I'm thinking next week, probably. Probably from like 9 p.m. Eastern time to like 11 p.m., something like that. So we'll start there and see how that goes. We are getting ready to get started with the speed build here in just a second. But just kind of want to catch you guys up on a few things, let you know what's going on. So, okay, so here we go. We're getting started here. This speed build is got a lot of roofing in it. I actually ended up editing some of the roofing out because it took me a lot to figure a few things out. I had a moment where I thought I was having a glitch, but really it was something that I did wrong. I got that figured out. This one does have a skylight in it, and I do have a roofing tutorial for that on my playlist, the Building 101 playlist. It's called Skylight 101. It's just something really handy. I did it in this house because the stairwell there wouldn't have had any kind of window in it or anything, and I didn't want to build another dormer on it because I was trying to keep the house kind of small. So I decided to go with the skylight on this one. And you may notice in the background here that there's some of the houses from the save file. They're all right in the same neighborhood, so I kind of try to keep a little bit of the landscaping, you know, kind of looking similar, like there might have been some natural migration, and I try to keep the houses looking similar but keeping them different, like, you know, different colors and things like that, because I didn't want them to blend in totally. But yeah, this one is just fun. I just love this house. I saw a picture on Pinterest a couple months ago of a house with a little balcony like that at the front, and I saw that. I instantly thought that has to be in the save file. So I decided that it was going to be one of the houses I did, and I actually started it, as you may see on the screen. It says it's on the Steamlit single lot, but it ended up being a little too big for that because it took a lot to get the roofing where you could put a room in it and things like that. So I ended up moving over to this lot, and it just made more sense. And I don't know if you guys will even notice this, but in this neighborhood, what I did is there's the main road towards the front, and then there's that road that all the houses are on. I built the houses where they were back towards the other houses, and the yards were up towards the front. So then that way all the houses would kind of be in the middle together, and then the yards would kind of be separate. So it would still kind of feel like a little neighborhood. I use seasons a lot for this one. I love the season's windows. They're just so cozy and homey, and they feel so realistic, and you can actually see out of them. And I love the the leaded glass feature to them. So you'll see those a lot in this one especially. But you know, Seasons is such a great pack just all around. It really is just a great pack. It just came with so much and added so much to the game. But anyway, I could go on about that forever. But funny story I just thought of. We have a pool and it's broke, and we were planning on getting it fixed this spring, but we couldn't due to the coronavirus and all that. So it was kind of nasty, and I was calling it the cement pond because it had turtles and frogs and stuff in it, and it was kind of gross. Well, it's been very warm here lately, and our husky will not stay out of it, so therefore our husky stinks. And that just is just an awful smell. So we ended up having to drain the pool, but it's just really funny because you would just see the pool water moving and the other dogs would just be staring at her. And then you'd look in the water and there she'd be just walking around like nobody's business. But yeah. Did you guys notice there I painted under the decks? That's something I learned recently, that if you tilt the camera just right, you can paint completely under the deck. And so you can make it look like dirt or gravel or whatever to make it more realistic. I just discovered that myself, so that's something I like. But I learned you have to tilt the camera because then it's exposed terrain. I love doing that little trick right there with the rocks, with sizing them up and placing them, but I tell you what, it is such an undertaking to do that because it just takes forever. And then if you're not careful, you have the same like 3 or 4 rocks in the row, and then they just look bad because it's the same rocks over and over and over and over and over. So, but yeah, I love the landscaping on this house, and I feel like with each speed build that I do, or each build that I do here lately, I feel like I'm getting a lot better with the landscaping because I'm trying to put in a little bit more effort and actually take the time to look at it and, you know, make it look realistic. I was gonna tell you guys something and now I don't remember what it was. Oh, I have decided that on the biggest lot in each neighborhood, I'm going to allow myself a little bit more freedom with the packs. That way I can do a little bit more and make the houses look a little bit more fancier. Now the structures themselves will still mostly be the base game and limited packs, but I wanted to do a little bit more with the interiors on some of those houses, so that's why we're going to be going with a little bit more pack usage on the bigger lots in the neighborhoods. I'm going to try to do the save file in the order that games were released. I may end up changing that due to if I need a certain lot for my Let's Plays, or if there's something like if I'm doing a building challenge and building just fits in a certain place, then I may change that up and do it there, you know, do it differently. I love that pathway like that, but I'm gonna have to stop using it. I've been using that pathway a lot here lately. I just love it. It's so cute. This house, I really do love this house, and I'll tell you a quick story on why I love this house. Growing up, the house I grew up in from the time I was like, I don't know, like 10 to like, I don't know, like for 8 years, so until I was like 18, was constantly under construction, and that's where I learned how to do construction. I actually do construction now. That's what I do. And that house was the same color yellow as this one, so I guess I felt like the whole time I was working on this house, it was kind of like working on my home, so it was kind of like a little throwback. Fun little story there. Just got me in the feels, you know, just made my heart feel good. This house was definitely a challenge because I was trying to fit a lot of stuff into a little space like this porch right here. I was trying to get a lot on there and not make it look too crowded, but I think I ended up doing a good job. And like I said, I really, really, really need to come up with a storyline for this house because, I mean, it's just such a cute house. That porch I ended up making bigger, you saw just there, because I ended up bumping this room out later on to give myself a little bit more space downstairs, because the downstairs ended up being a lot more crowded than I thought. And you guys will see as we get into the interior what I'm talking about. I worked a little bit on the interior on this. I'm going to try to keep going forward. I'm going to try to keep it to where I do all the outside stuff first and then do all the inside stuff. So that way, if some of you guys don't want to watch both, then you can just watch one or the other. You just saw me working there with the configurable stairs. I love the configurable staircases, but I have such a hard time with them. Like sometimes I have to take them out and sit them out in the yard and like bend them around and do all that stuff and then put them back in the house. And if you have a small lot, it's like, how are you supposed to even do that? And I know I said it earlier, but I just love the skylight in this hallway. It is just such a good way to let in light when you can't put a window. Cause like I didn't want to put another dormer on that side over there because I felt like it would have made the house too big. And like I said, I was trying to make it more of a homey, like cohesive neighborhood feel. Sorry, my nose is itching. But then it's like I kept adding, like I added the bed in and then I realized that, oh, the room's too small. And so you gotta move this thing around, you gotta move that around. That black and white railing right there, I am obsessed with that railing. And that railing came as a base game update. And I'm dying for another big base game update, like more doors and swatches and stuff like that. And I know. We ask a lot of the Sims team, but I would just love another base game update for stuff like that. I just would. I can't help it. I consider myself 50% builder, 50% live mode player, live mode player, but I live for new free updates, but I'll pay for them too, I guess. I mean, I buy every single pack that comes out. You'll see right there that little like niche that I just made was actually a open laundry room. I've never done one of those, but I decided to give it a shot this time because I didn't really have enough space for an actual laundry room. So I felt like it would be more of a better use of space than like trying to add on and do a whole room that was just a laundry room. That little door right there actually ended up being the bathroom, and I like it being tucked back there in the back of the kitchen. It works out really nice, I think. This kitchen gave me so many fits. Like, it was so small, and I was trying to fit so much into this small area, and I wanted it to be big enough for a couple Sims because, you know, kids, like, it was a 3-bedroom house, and it just gave me fits. I ended up deleting a lot of it out of the build because it was just awful. Like, it was just so awful. It was just so awful. But yeah, so now we're working on the upstairs a little bit here on the inside. And like I said, I skip back and forth on this one, and I apologize to you guys. I'm going to try to do, like I said, later on in the future, I'm going to try to do more of like all the inside first, or all the outside first, then all the inside first. So that way you guys can skip around and not watch both if you don't want to, or you can watch either one. What's funny is you see the pink that I just placed. I placed all of that pink on the first floor of this house. It's kind of a joke with myself. I was like, I'll just use pink. I don't know what color I want, so I'm gonna make it pink. Then I started adding tiles, then I started adding poles, then I started doing this, then I started doing that, and then I said, I think this house is gonna stay pink on the inside, and it did. And so I dig the pink. I really do dig the pink, and I'm loving the white tile with the little gray tiles in it that you see all through this house, because you see it right there, it kind of glistens as you turn. And you know what's funny is I ended up making one of the fixtures right there black on accident, and again I thought, why not make them all black? And so, bless you, Koopy Cat, bless you, Koopy Cat. Anyway, so then I thought, well, why not make them all black? Ooh, you see what I did with the windows there? I love what I did with the windows there. It was very private, but it gave the bathroom a lot of light. It was kind of neat. But yeah, I thought, again, why not? And so now we have black toilets and black sinks. I did see a house one time that had black sinks and black toilets and things like that, and I felt like it was trying to be like kind of uppity, kind of like look at me, you know, that kind of thing. You getting up here? But yeah, so I enjoyed the black, and then I went in and added some black tiling in, and then I went in and added the black mirror, and it just worked. I mean, the outside of the house has the black, you know, on it, and white and the yellow and all that, and so it just seemed like a natural fit. And like I said, I really do love this house. I think it's a really cute one, and I think it's gotten like 100 downloads so far, which is awesome. I didn't really expect it to be that many, but it's definitely a cute house, and it'd be great for a little family. I'd love to see what some people do with it, because like I said, I didn't have an exact family picked out when I built it, but I found one on the gallery, and I don't honestly know whose Sims they were, but I will try to link that it will be in the description for the save file. So like, it'll talk about like, oh, this is the Smith family created by Dave, blah 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 blah. So I mean, that is something that I will try definitely really hard to do, because I'm not a very good cast creator, and so I have to rely on the kindness of others for that, because I'm just not good at it. So, you know, it's just one of those things. We all have our quirks, and that is just not one of mine. Oh, you see what I'm doing there with I love those square windows. I made them the backsplash in this house, and I would really, really love to be able to do that in real life. I think that'd be so neat. I also wish on here that we could put them above, because I think that would be really cool too. And we can't, which I kind of get, but I kind of don't get. I'm hoping that someday they'll fix that. I mean, we did just get the alt placement for all of the windows and doors, so that is amazing. I've been using that a lot lately. So thank you, Sims team, from the bottom of my cold little heart. Thank you for that. So yes, but I love this kitchen, and I'm obsessed with the roosters. If you see them on the counter in here, And I love what I did with them above this counter here. It looks so cute. And I just love the roosters. I love them. I put them in every kitchen now. I just feel like we don't have enough kitchen clutter. And I don't know about anybody else, but I love the jars from cats and dogs, but they're full of dog treats or they're full of like cotton balls and stuff. So it's like, want clutter? Give me clutter. You know, like I need it. I need it. That's why I was actually using CC for a while, was just for the clutter. And the ceiling fans. And I'm sorry if I mentioned this before, but I want more ceiling fans. Do you hear me? More. But anyway, I digress. So, just going through and putting a lot of clutter in here. There's that little laundry room I was telling you guys about a minute ago. It's so cute. I've never had an open laundry room like that. Like usually mine have been in like in closets or like in a specific actual room. Like right now I have a laundry room downstairs. So actually, funny side note, my new office is literally right below the room we're sitting in now, and my built-in desk will literally probably pretty much be in the same position it is now, maybe like a foot that way. So it's pretty much going to be the same setup, just a different office. And I will tell you what, this living room right here, oh, my goodness, gave me such a fit, because these tables take up so much space, and it's just like real life. A table takes up so much space. Like we were trying to figure out how we're going to renovate our kitchen, and we decided to do a built-in table and bench, but it just takes up so much space. Like it just, I mean, just so much space. I'm obsessed with that rabbit too, and I think that's part of the Chinese New Year pack, but don't quote me on that, because there's just so much stuff that comes along with The Sims. It's hard to remember everything that comes with each pack, because I mean, it could be all day long. I'm obsessed with those couches though. I've been using those a lot too. Here's where I was talking about that I dumped this porch out earlier this room out earlier, because I just did not have enough room. And that's what we do on The Sims. If you don't have room, you make room. Although I've seen some simmers that are always making houses smaller. We don't make houses smaller on this channel. We don't tend to anyway, but it does happen occasionally. But yeah, we tend to not make houses smaller on this channel, because I like to put a lot of crap in them. A lot of crap. This one, like I said, I moved so many things around on this, and I had to cut so much out of what you guys see, because it's like nobody wants to see me rearrange the living room for 20 minutes over and over and over again. So, but yeah, and I do have a tutorial on my channel under Building 101 for clutter. I know I've said that in a couple of my other videos, but it's just, I know a lot of people struggle with that, and I know I struggled with it at first, that's for sure. It's just definitely, they don't give us enough items that are technically clutter items, and they don't give us, I feel like, enough places to put them. Because like, as you'll see in a minute, I start putting things on top of the counters, which a lot of people ask me about that. And I mean, it's not hard once you figure out to do it, but it takes a little getting used to. And once you get it figured out, it's like, oh, well, but we all gotta learn somewhere, and that's the joy of this community, is we are all here to help one another. But if you have any questions, let me know and I will help you, or I'll try to anyway. Oh, my little open laundry room, I thought that was just so cute. Yeah, so I did close it off on camera. Okay, so it's not totally closed off, but it's still open a little bit. I will tell you guys this, I just thought of something. I saw a sized up light, that chandelier right there above that table. Do not forget, with the bracket keys, you can size things up and down. And a lot of times, if there are things that don't function, it won't make a bit of difference. That's what I like about the cabinets, because then you can slide them up and down to make everything fit after you lift it up with Control 9. So, come on. So, here we're just getting the kitchen put together, finally getting all the clutter done. I threw it all in there at one point, like I was unpacking, and then went back and organized the room. There's my roosters. Next on roosters. You guys ever heard of the idea for the male equivalent of Hooters here in the US called Roosters. They're not wrong. It's a good idea. I'd go. I'd definitely go. I'm kind of obsessed with half baths. If you guys haven't found out from watching any of my videos, for those of you who've seen more than one, I love me a half bath. Love me a half bath. I want to say real quick, those blinds that I just used, the white ones on those little windows, I thought they were like Roman shades that you pulled down, and it turns out this whole time they're the cheap pull down shades that you like, that were from the 50s that nobody uses anymore. So there's that. Yes, I was living for the color scheme of this bedroom. I think the black, the white, and like the light sky blue was just such a pretty color combination. Also, those doors right there, I am obsessed with those doors. I use those doors constantly, especially since I've been limiting myself, because for one, I'm obsessed with transoms above doors in real life, and those doors are a base game update. Go Sims team, look at you go. So they're kind of hard to find because the sample, I believe, is white, and it's kind of hard to miss, but it definitely, all time. I am obsessed with this pool, you all. I grew up in the country, a small area, and there were a lot of above ground pools because people couldn't afford in-ground pools. They look just like this, and I love this concept of doing the above ground pool, and so that's why I wanted to try it, because I saw this a while back and I became obsessed with it. So that's what you're seeing here. It's my first above ground pool, guys. Love it. Love it. You love it. He's so good. So but yeah, here we are, just more landscaping. I'm telling you guys, remember, when you're landscaping or doing the outside of these houses, it is like a cake. It is layers, and decoration. Pretty. Everything makes it better. Pretty. P.S. A lot of people don't know this, but I'm getting ready to put a fountain on the side of this pool right there. Little fish fountain. That comes with the base game. That's a base game item. And that right there, that lattice, everybody asked me about this. That lattice is actually a fence. It is in the fencing section, and it is with the base game. So you guys have that. As long as you're updated, which you should be, because that was a long time ago. I'm obsessed with that little bird bath fountain too, because I think it's really cute. You're also going to see here in a minute, I put some lawn chairs out here, and they have little plumb bobs on them, and they're neon green and black, and I love them. I think they're so pretty. I don't know how I didn't notice them before, but I love them. Another thing you guys are going to see I'm obsessed with here lately is tucking plants under the deck. But right there, it looks like they're like growing out from underneath it. Hi, my name is Dustin, and I am addicted to realism in The Sims. Because it's just a game and it doesn't have to be realistic, but I love it. There's my chairs. I would have those in real life. As a matter of fact, I'm going to figure out how to do that. I'm going to get those. Those are going to be mine. They shall be my chairs. OPS, I checked the swing set on this build, and it does not swing through the fence, so you're welcome. I'm obsessed with that color right too, that navy color right there that's on the screen right now in the upper hallway. I think here soon I'm going to do a navy bathroom with all gold accents, so like all gold everything, like everything gold. I think. We'll see. And another side note real quick, I will tell you guys, those closets up there, I'm obsessed with those closets. I love the closets, but they took up so much space in these rooms, and you'll see like right in the set middle right here where the bathroom is, I ended up adding onto the sides of those dormers because I was able to turn those closets and stick them back in the wall, so therefore they don't take up a bunch of space in the room. And I moved a few things around after the fact, which was when I thought I was recording and I wasn't, but you guys got most of it. I mean, that's the only thing I really changed was those two rooms, because it was one of those things that like I finished and I came back to take pictures of it, and it was eating at me at how small these rooms were, because like I thought, your kids can't even play in these rooms, so what's the point? I mean, these rooms are so stinking small. So I ended up making them a little bit bigger, so they're big. And I ended up making the little balcony on the front a little bit smaller. I think it was like by like 1 square, not too bad. And like I said, this one's set up for 2 toddlers, 2 adults, and well, technically, I mean, the other bedroom is set up for a teen or an adult, so I guess you could have a roommate or something there. But this little bedroom set up for 2 kids. I assumed little girls. Could be a little girl and a boy. The one bed is blue and purple. Purple tends to be a unisex color these days. Well, I guess they're all unisex colors, but still. But I kind of set it up for 2 little girls because I just thought it. I only has 1 niece, and she was just born, and her's a little princess queen, and I just worship the ground she walks on. So, but we are coming up to the end right here, and there's actually the bump out that I told you guys about, so it is on camera. Again, this house is on the gallery for download, so if you guys want to get it, you can. You know, we've got a couple more coming up on the channel for the save file for this neighborhood, and but yeah, that's this build. I hope you guys like it. Like I said, it's up on the gallery now under D Summers 05. Keep your guys' eyes out. We will have 2 more lots for the save file coming up on this for these speed builds, and so those will be up soon. I just have to get those recorded, and make sure you guys hit the like or subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.